Hey everyone, welcome back with another session of geography. I hope you all are doing well. So we will continue the same chapter, that is Earth in the solar system. Now, last day we have discussed about the sun, the different planets along with their special features. So today we start the proceedings with our planet Earth. Now, if you see guys, we live on the planet Earth. Now, on the basis of the distance from the sun, it is the third planet in the solar system. Okay, now if we see about the shape of the earth, it is spherical in shape. Now guys, the question comes up is that, is the earth a perfect sphere? So the answer is no. Actually, the rotation of the earth, it causes a slight bulge towards the equator and making it actually a bit wider than it is tall. So if we see, like for precisely if we see, like the actual shape of the earth is oblate spheroid. It's oblate spheroid. Now if you see, like it's slightly flattened at the poles and it bulging out from the equator. Alright, so the diameter of the earth at the equator, it's around 12,756 kilometer, and which is about 42 kilometer greater than the diameter through the poles, that is like 12,714 kilometer. Alright, now although these are the like about the shape and all, so still our earth, it is considered a unique planet. Our earth is considered a unique planet as it is the only planet that supports life. Okay, now there are like different factors that make life possible on earth. Okay, so we will discuss about them. First and foremost, that is the adequate distance from the sun. Yes children, so due to the adequate distance of earth from the sun, its temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. Okay, so that's the first thing. Secondly, we have that is 70% of water that makes it a blue planet. That about 3/4 of the surface of the earth is covered with water. Now precisely if we see, it's like 71% that is covered with water and 29% that is covered with land. So therefore, as about like 3/4 of the surface is covered with water, so therefore it looks blue when seen from the space. And that is why it is often referred to as the blue planet. Okay, this is another one. Thirdly, we have that is the presence of atmosphere. Now guys, the thick blanket of the atmosphere, it provides a protection from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Now when the sunlight reaches the earth's surface, it's like there are like harmful rays of it also, so that is termed as the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun, and that like causes skin diseases and skin cancer and lots of other stuff. Okay, so these atmosphere, it provides a protection from all these harmful rays of the sun as it acts as a blanket. Now along with all these guys, the atmosphere of earth also has an adequate amount of oxygen and other gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen and ozone, and all these are essential for living organisms. Now if we see, for example, like oxygen, we breathe in oxygen and leaves out carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is used by the plants, okay, for making food, and they leave out oxygen. So a cyclic process keeps on going. Okay, because of all these, like these are like very essential for all living organisms. And lastly, that we have, that is the nutritious soil guys. The soil of earth, it's also suitable to grow all different kinds of crops, and also it support other organisms, and one way or other we are directly dependent on this soil, okay, for our survival. So all these factors, adequate distance from the sun, 70% of water that makes a blue planet, presence of atmosphere and the nutritious soil, all these factors makes life possible on earth. Okay, so that's the thing. Now next up we have, that is the satellites, natural satellites. Now here we will talk about the natural satellites. So basically satellites are divided into two, natural and man-made. So here we will talk about only the natural satellite. Now when we talk about this natural satellite, so first up, that's what's the meaning of this satellite. Let's see. Now the word satellite is derived from the Latin word satellis. Its meaning is a companion or an attendant. You can call it as a friend. Okay. So satellites are celestial objects that revolve around the planets. Okay. As we have discussed before, so whatever we see in the night sky, whatever we see in the sky, so all are termed as either celestial bodies, or you can call them as the heavenly bodies. So likewise, the planets, the satellites are also celestial objects that revolve around the planets. Like the planets revolve around the sun, and these satellites revolve around those planets. They too have their fixed orbit. Okay. Now, like planets, they do not have their own heat and light. Okay. So like planets, they do not have their own heat and light, but the same way as the planets reflect the light of the sun, the same way these satellites, they too reflect the light of the sun. Alright. Now, if you see guys, different planets, all the 8 planets, different planets, they have different number of satellites. Now, Mercury and Venus, they do not have any satellites. Whereas, if you see Earth, our Earth has got one satellite and we call it as the Moon. Okay. Next up, Mars has got 2 satellites, natural satellites. Jupiter being the largest planet, so it has got highest 79 natural satellites. Next up, Saturn, it's not far behind, so it has got 61 satellites. Uranus being the ice giant, it also has got 27 natural satellites. And last up, we have Neptune, it has got 14 satellites. Okay, so numbers are like different for each planet. Now, next up, let's see, that is the Moon. That's our Earth's only natural satellite. So let's see some informations about the Moon. Now children, if you see that our Earth has only one satellite, and that is the Moon. Now first up, the diameter of the Moon is 1/4 of the diameter of Earth. Just 1/4. Just imagine. Smaller than the Earth, of course. Now its distance from Earth is around 384,400 kilometers. And it is closer to Earth than the Sun. Alright, now there are only mountains, plains and depressions on the Moon's surface. Nothing much more than that. Now, likewise, the planets, the Moon has no satellites of its own, and it reflects the light of the Sun. And guys, it takes about 28 days and 8 hours to revolve around Earth, and the same time to rotate on its own axis too. So as a result, we get to see only one side of the Moon. Okay, so that's all we have in this session. So next up, we will discuss all about the different phases of the moons and the other celestial bodies that we can see. Okay, so until the next time, bye bye.